Hi again, welcome to the Vanguard, and in this video tutorial we are going to see about how to use GeeksForGeeks effectively. So first things first, I am on a Windows machine and now I'm going to turn on a web browser. You can use any web browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome. So let's open it and now let's search for GeeksForGeeks. Yeah, so let's search for it and you can see this one. It is the GeeksForGeeks official site, and as you click on it, it will redirect us to the official site of this. And you will see here a little profile like icon here, and as I am signed in, it is showing like this. If you haven't, you can sign in or you can create your own account. So as we are logged in into the GeeksForGeeks site, so the first thing is that we have to search for the subject we want to study. But before that, let me tell you that this site is a computer science portal geek, and you will only find subjects related to computer science engineering. So let's go to find a subject here. The first thing we have to do is that go to this tutorials, and you will find a number of subjects here like algorithms, and you can go through them. You will also find data structures, and you will also find CS subjects. Not only this, but you will also get web technologies like HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Like, you are getting a whole lot of thing in this site, right? So let's go to a CS subject. I'm going to select for operating system. Let me click it, and soon it will load a page and you can go through it and find your site through it. So once it gets loaded, you'll find an interface through it showing operating system, and as we scroll down, it starts with the basic, and as we go more deeper, you'll find the difficulty rate increasing. So my advice to you will be start with the basics, and to start with it, select a topic we want to study on. Let us select real-time systems. So click on it and you will see the first thing is that it will load up with some theory parts. You have to go through it, and after each theory you will find some of the questions like this, like difference between hard real time and soft real time. You have to go through some of the questions. You can't go through all of them because in this case it is minimum, but you will find some of the topics in which you will find a lot of questions. You can't go through it, so randomly or on the basis of difficulty you can sort them and carry out questions related about around 30 to 40. That will be enough for it. So as we are done with the first part, now I will move for the second part, that is how to practice questions. So you can scroll down and you'll find a section telling practice. So I found that, and you can go for topic wise practice. Just select on it and it will load up a page with different subjects and topic wise questions. Go through them. You will have libraries, and you can also go for data structures and algorithms. Let me open one. Let's open for dynamic programming. So after it loads up, yeah, you will find a lot of questions like this, and you can go through each of them. You will find a problem statement like this. Yeah, a problem statement like this. You'll be given all the inputs. You have to find some output and you have to solve this. Okay, in some cases there are also a timer. You have to solve within that timer. If you solve within that timer, you are best now, you think so. Let's go to back, and you can also sort this according to your difficulty level. If you are able to do easy problems, then you should try for medium and hard problems. You can also categorize on the basis of company tags, like I will select for Amazon, and as you can see, it is filtered now, and you will see all the questions asked in Amazon interviews. I would like to tell you one of the important feature that it has is that suppose I want to solve this question, and it will load up, and once I have solved it, I like this question, I want to bookmark this, right, so that I could revise it again and practice this problem again. So you will find this one, just click on it and you'll see you have been bookmarked. Now the question arises where to find it. Go back and You'll find here the problem type in the section of short. You'll go for bookmark problems and you'll find that problem here. As you can see, we could find this problem here. Well, now it's time for the must do questions. So for that, we'll have to go back to the home page of the GeeksForGeeks, and as you can see, we are in the home page, and now you can see must do coding questions for companies. If in your case you do not find this, you can also search for it like must do questions GeeksForGeeks. Yeah, so it will search for us and you will find this. It's exactly the same. We'll go through this and you will have to click on this. You'll find some very interesting questions asked by MNCs like Amazon, Microsoft and Adobe. So you'll find different categories like arrays, strings, hashing, dynamic programming, and you have to go through each of these questions once so that you could build a strong fundamental knowledge about it and you could easily crack those interviews. Well, this section is going to be interesting. Now we are going to talk on interview experiences. Well, to find that, we have to go to our homepage of GeeksForGeeks and you could scroll down here and you'll find your interview preparation. And as you can see here, you'll find a topic or a section saying experience interview experiences. So just click on it and will be forwarded to the interview experiences topic, and these are the company wise interview experiences provided by the individuals who attended these interviews. So if I go for Amazon, I would click on it and you could find a lot of interview experiences. Okay, if you're preparing for SD1, you can go through it and you can see how the questions are asked to the person. You can see how the round 1 face-to-face interview occurred, how the round 2 occurred, and so on. So we are at the last part of this video now. Now the topic is that we have to go for the puzzles questions, the quizzes, the aptitude and reasoning questions. So let's go through it. So first thing is that let's go to the home page and go back again and we'll find the home page here, and here we can find the puzzles. You can find the quiz section also. You can go through the programming languages you study and you can also dry run your quiz tests here, and here we'll find the puzzles. And let's open the puzzle one. Suppose you want to solve this. There are different type of puzzles you can find here, so go through them and just visit that puzzle and you can find here. It's loaded up now and you can see here the questions is asked. You also get a graphical interface so that you could actually see and understand the question, and you are also given with the answer, but first try to solve it and then go for the answers. So this was about the puzzle. And if you go about the topic wise questions, and you can also find topic wise questions related to other programming language. I have selected C++, so I am here, and you can go for input output. Mostly the question come from input and output. You can go through it and you can solve these questions. You will find these multiple choice questions. You can go through these questions and you can select those. I'll be coming with some new interesting videos like this. If you like my video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till then, stay tuned.